No, because what is actually going on right now? That lady seems more distraught that that man was unalived than the wife does. Like, montages and continually speaking out against him, and she's fighting within her own party now.
Pray for Candace Owens. This is getting deeper and deeper.
I don't mean to be messy, and y'all know I can't stand Candace Owens, but Candace, y'all, don't get any ideas, Candace. You cannot, will not, nor will you ever be able to sit with us. Not to 92%, not never.
Do y'all think the wife, Erica, knew about Candace? Also, how are y'all's marriages set up? Candace, how was your marriage set up?
I don't think Candace Owens was Charlie Kirk's side piece or a homewrecker. I think she was something a lot more important in his life. She was an equal business partner and collaborator. She called herself a mason of Turning Point USA, as in an architect, somebody who built it from the ground up with Charlie Kirk. And I could totally see where people are getting like side piece and homewrecker vibes from, like when you see a man and a woman together, that's what we automatically think. But I could totally believe that neither of them ever had any type of physical intimacy.
Candace Owens is grieving in the way that I thought that Charlie Kirk's wife would grieve. Like the raw emotion, the real tears, the passion, like it's very genuine that she's like upset about his passing. Like I don't feel bad, but like it does get very much genuine that they had a good friendship, relationship, whatever they had, okay? And here's the thing, I'm not the grief police. I'm not here to tell people how to mourn. Grief looks different in everybody. And I know that if my loved one was murdered, my immediate reaction would be anger, but even with anger, there's tears, there's still passion. And I just don't get that from her. It's very stoic, it's very performative, it's very scripted. It's like they were very calculated at, how she came out and spoke. And it's like, this is not even just your husband, this is the father of your children. Like, I just expect more emotion than what I saw.
So Candace Owens came out and told us how she and Charlie Kirk are actually best friends, and now she's spewing the tea. She's spreading the bread. She is actually, making everyone, on their toes right now because of all the teas that she is spewing out there. A lot of people are now freaking out, and some people also calling her out. Like, what is actually happening? Like, what is happening with Candace Owen right now? Okay. Anyway, some people actually believe that Candace Owen, kind of even won this guy more than the wife did. Some people saw the wife's, speech as kind of a business something, right? Speech instead of someone who is money. Well, I have clips for you guys. I'm just going to let them roll. Then I'll come back with the commentary. Let's go watch. Credit to our creators on this video.
Candace Owens has been speaking a lot about the behind the scenes and the thoughts behind the scenes. And she even, I think, has called for a truce.
I'll tell you this, something is not right.
Finally, you're noticing. I've been trying to tell you for years and you haven't been listening. But now, are you going to listen? This shit ain't right.
And I am going to need you, whoever it is listening to this podcast right now, to wake up.
Well, since I'm woke, I have been awake, but I would love for you to wake up with me. That would be great.
Because I am telling you, this is not a battle between left and right. We all thought that at some point. We believed that. You're my enemy, you're my enemy.
Oh, I know I've been living in a world of danger against conservatives in this country my entire life. But you're speaking about specifically the political battle in today's climate.
It is not a battle between Russia, Ukraine. I don't care what your political issue of the day is. What is happening right now in the world and what just happened to my friend Charlie Kirk is a battle of sheer evil versus goodness.
Yes. Are we getting there together? Are we here on the same place now? It doesn't have anything to do with what your beliefs are. It has to do with what other people are trying to get you to believe so they can get the money out of your pockets and have control of everything you do. Now, Candace, I have been screaming that we need to just meet in the middle for a long time now, okay? But I'm going to caution you. First off, there are things that are harmful to those of us who are leftists or LGBTQ or other people of color that may not be as privileged as you are. And that's things like this.
If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
This, to the non-followers of Turning Point USA, sounded like a threat. And since so much of the discussion that Charlie Kirk had on his platforms was anti-LGBTQ, this felt like a threat on our community.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
Again, in today's political climate, using terminology like this sounds like revenge. And the news going back and forth, and people so wanting this suspect Not even the actual person who may have done it, right? Because you and I agree on that. Something's not right. But the suspect they are trying to tie so much to LGBTQ because they want to remove us.
To everyone listening tonight across America, the movement my husband built will not die. It won't. I refuse to let that happen. It will not die.
Charlie's legacy will live on, which means that our community will continue to be attacked. So Candace, as you're looking for peace, hearing a message like that, how did you feel?
Beautiful, powerful words.
Beautiful. What we feel is a call to action to war. You feel are beautiful words. The problem is there are so many right-wing, alt-right, super conservative who would hear those words and say, that's right, we're going to get them. That makes us feel less safe. But here's the thing. When you describe Charlie's last days, weeks, months, and the thought process that he had, I want you to hear your own words. And then I'm going to kind of double down on this.
This is what I believe. And they say, you're not allowed to believe that. You feel like you are fighting for custody of yourself. And I want to be very clear that I believe, in fact, I know that towards the end, Charlie was fighting for custody of himself.
That's a beautiful way of putting it. And it is the exact way to describe me trying to show you who I am. I'm trying to fight for custody of who I am. You are talking about beliefs, things that you feel to be true. When I'm talking about living in my own skin, things I know to be true, and I'm fighting for custody of myself. So you may have a religion, a belief process, but I have my true body and my true form and my true mind and what I know to be true. So if you want to get a truce together, yes, absolutely. We need to be middle ground. I've been saying that this entire year, most of last year. Hey guys, let's stop this. We need to go back to middle of the road. We need to stop going at each other because none of us are feeling safe now. We are so divided. But Candace, the thing is, if you expect us to really be middle ground, you have to stop attacking who we are, not what I believe. You're not attacking my beliefs. You're attacking who I am. And that's the difference. And I would love to collaborate with you. I would love to work with you. And I would love to be able to have the opportunity to sit down and say, we put all of our differences aside in the name of the United States of America, because I took oaths twice to this country to serve and protect. And I will continue to do that. And if working side by side with you, who I have deemed an enemy of mine, if that can help bridge the gaps of these communities, then I say, let's do it. And we're going to take our country back.
If you aren't watching Candace Owens right now, then I believe you are missing out on her biggest breakthrough yet. Candace Owens, who is good friends with Charlie Kirk, is doing an investigative report basically on the last few months, weeks of Charlie Kirk's life. She is calling out every single person she believes was putting a lot of pressure on Charlie at the time, starting with Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman, who is a hedge funder, was funding Charlie money. But Candace is also alleging that just a few weeks before Charlie passed, he was doing lunch in the Hamptons with Bill Ackman and Seth Dillon, and that this lunch was to pressure Charlie into visiting Israel. This conversation got heated, threats were made, and Charlie was offered a large sum of money just before his death. During this podcast, Candace was also suggesting that Charlie was having a religious awakening, that he was going to Mass, and by Mass, she means Catholic Mass. Charlie was a known evangelist Christian, but it sounds based on what Candace was saying that he was really conforming to Catholicism. Candace then goes on to show Charlie Kirk on the Megyn Kelly show, where Charlie is really venting about his feelings towards Israel. Candace shows a number of clips where Charlie's tune is really changing in regards to his stance on Israel. Candace also shares some clips that this guy right here takes an interview not even 24 hours after Charlie's death to talk about a letter he got from Charlie, which, by the way, he doesn't show the full letter. He actually doesn't show any of the letter. He just talks about how he told Charlie to come visit. Essentially, Candace is claiming he is misrepresenting the entire letter, and that letter really included Charlie saying, "I am not coming to Israel." In a previous episode that Candace did, she does go on to say that Charlie was under a lot of pressure by many people with a lot of power. She also said in her episode that she dropped today that she plans to call out more names by the end of the week. This girl will stop at nothing, and I am tuning in to her theories on all of this.
Candace Owens is actually spilling the tea. This is exactly what they don't want to hear all along, but somehow Candace is prepared to say it all, and she's ready to expose everything, like say out everything, and lots of people are now reacting. Like that is why you're seeing people like, why Candace? Like people, a lot of people in the comment section keep saying things like she has to get her own bodyguard, she has to get her own security because things are just going to happen, okay? And people actually, you know, talking about how she said so much things, she spilled a lot of things about, you know, Charlie you know, was going through a lot of restructuring, or he was already asking so many deep questions because of, you know, before all of this happened. So there is more to what everybody is seeing according to some of the things that she has said and these creators are saying, right? Anyway, let's check out the comment section what people are saying. Somebody said, God protect this woman, we need her to expose so we the people know all is happening behind our backs, right? But just remember that men tell no tales. Candace can say anything now. How do we really know? Okay, my opinion is Candace is pushing her own agenda, right? But how does all this relate to the, you know, to the Tyler guy? Okay, I think you should hear the attached post. Please keep in mind that Charlie Kirk supported Trump to the end. He did not turn against him like Candace did. Candace is bought and paid for. She is doing this for the views, okay? A lot of people feel that she's doing it for the views, okay, that nothing, this guy didn't tell her anything, right? Anyway, please don't allow Candace to sway you. This is not okay to speak to her to speak on Charlie. It's the wife's job to speak on his behalf. She's been against the Republicans since Trump came in. She's just talking and never realizes anything. Gets everyone all worked up about it. So people are not feeling that this has always been Candace. Okay, she has nothing to say at the end of the day. She is just trying to, you know, do some kind of cover up or trying to make some content out of the whole thing that happened with her best friend and all of that. So people should not get worked up that Candace will always be Candace. Okay, is she, if she was close to Charlie and Erica as she says she was, even if she didn't believe the shooter was really the shooter, shouldn't she be a bit more respectful to his wife and kids? How hard it may be for them to see her going on with her conspiracies, like let the dust settle, okay? He said with his own mouth that he received, you know, threat all the time, right? So somehow some people are like, what she's saying is the truth. She's dropping and coming with receipt. I used to love Candace and would believe what she said. Now I don't at all, okay? Sorry, she went off the rail long time ago. She been against Israel. She hates Israel. Now she's pushing this narrative. I don't think Candace is solid. Something about her has changed in a weird way, okay? A lot of people still do not believe her, okay? No matter what she's saying, so many people don't believe her. You know how a lot of people came after her during the time that she actually started asking questions when TP came into power. So a lot of people are not like, Candace will always be Candace. Okay, this is exactly who she is. This is the things that she loves to do. She's just pushing her own narrative. There's nothing, she just wants to be relevant. You know, just so many people saying a lot of things that this is not true. Okay, she's just trying to push her own, you know, narrative and all that. Candace will always be Candace. Some people who loved her before are no longer in support of her, not trusting whatever thing that she says. I think it's going to take her a long time for her to build credibility online again, because you all know Candace, okay? And she has actually, you know, some of the things that she has said in the past have hurt a lot of people as well. And now some people see her as controversial, like she will always be that person, right? So some people do not believe anything that she's spewing, okay? But yeah, there is zero evidence that Israel had anything to do with it. If this were the case, how is Candace still breathing? Like, since she knows everything, right? Anyway, someone said the videos of Candace and Charlie break my heart, seeing them together, dancing, being best friends, no hate, just God-loving American, standing up for Americans. From my upstanding, Candace and Charlie wasn't close anymore. That happened when she left the Republican Party, okay? Because she actually left when she started calling out what is happening after she had already voted against her interests and the interests of other people who actually supported her, right? I never followed Charlie Kirk. I saw videos here and there, but really didn't know who he was until he passed, okay? I personally don't trust Candace. Now, if Charlie's wife comes out and confirm all this information to be true, then that's a different story. But for now, she's not trustworthy, and any information she's putting out, I will take with a grain of salt, okay? As time goes on, I am finding it harder and harder to believe anything that Candace says, okay? I have been uneasy about Bibi for a while. He says he was in peace, okay? He doesn't. And although I walked away from Candace when she turned on Trump, I do not doubt her love and loyalty to Charlie. She will get to the bottom of it. Like, some people support her, some people don't, okay? But you guys, let me know what you all think. Do you actually believe in what Candace Owens is saying? Or you are like, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt? Like, Candace, it will always be Candace. She's just pushing her own narrative just to be relevant, like other people are saying. Let's hear your own take in the comment section. Please consider subscribing if you have not already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see. Credit to all creators on this video. See you all on my next. Bye, guys.